a friendly disagreement with another driver about his wife.
Why? What did he do?
I'd be happy to show you if you like.
James can be a loose cannon, but in terms of raw talent, there is no better driver in the world.
Who's that?
It's Niki Lauda.
He's just been signed by Ferrari.
I'm both quicker than you and better at setting up the car.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to What the Flick. Ben Mankiewicz, Alonso, Duralde, Christy, Lemire, Ron Howard's Rush. Not what I thought it was about.
You thought it was about your favorite Canadian power trio?
That's right. That's exactly.
That's what I thought it was about. I was hoping it was yet another Rush documentary, but no, it's not. This is about, if you know and love Formula One, which I do not, this is about the rivalry in the 70s between British driver James Hunt and Austrian driver Niki Lauda, and how they pushed each other and needed each other and cajoled each other into greatness, and lots of naked Chris Hemsworth. Take a look.
James Hunt is a proven winner at the highest level.
Is there a question, or are you just trying to piss me off?
This is an incredible battle between these two drivers.
I heard about this thing with Niki. Everyone has.
James, do you think you can cope with the pressure?
To be a champion, you have to really believe it.
And James Hunt is out!
It's over, superstar.
I knew nothing about this period of time. I knew nothing about Formula One. And I don't think you need to because it's thrilling. It's totally engaging.
I didn't know it was a true story
Okay.
until
the end.
until like we hear that Mario Andretti is in these races too, and I thought, well, they wouldn't have made that up. Like they didn't.
He's
So
a
you
guy.
thought this was like Speed Racer or something?
It wasn't. It's not an alternate history, so I'm like, oh, I guess this is true. And I vaguely know Niki Lauda, like that name. Then I started thinking, that's a guy. That's a real guy. And I hadn't heard of James Hunt, and so
I did vaguely remember the James Hunt Motor Oil commercial that they show at the end of the movie. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Chris
So-
Hemsworth looks just like him.
he does. They
Same
really.
here.
It's very well cast. It's really good. It's quite. You said it's thrilling.
It's extraordinary, and I'm not generally a fan of Ron Howard. I think his movies tend to be really sort of safe and middle-brow and kind of bland. And this movie, it looks so great. I mean, it looks like it was made in the mid-'70s when it's set.
Yeah.
You know, the cinematography is extraordinary. It's Anthony Dodd Mantle, who already, I think, made one of this year's best-looking films with Trance.
That's right,
Remember
he shoots all of Danny Boyle stuff.
Right. So I thought it looked great. I thought I was really excited by how the story gets told. I felt like it was one of those movies where I went in knowing nothing also about the whole world and everything and how it worked. And it was one of those movies where midway through I was like, okay, they're walking me through this without me realizing how much they're telling me. You know?
So? In what way?
I don't know. It was hard for me to pin down, but I just I realized at one point, okay, I feel like I'm up to speed with who these people are, what they do, why they do it, and I don't feel like it was handed to me in that traditional movie exposition way where there's a narrator and the this and the that.
Especially a sports movie.
Yeah.
Like that always sort of feels the need to assume that no one knows how sports works, and there is a lot of narrative hand-holding, and there was almost none of it.
I mean, in terms of how you get from one level to the next, in terms of how the cars are made and what
Sure.
they're made of. Yeah, they did explain a lot. It was all totally germane to what was
I
happening.
feel like it just came to me, intravenously or something. It was weird. I loved how it was written. There are a couple of moments. It's written by Peter Morgan, who did The Queen, and he and Howard previously collaborated on Frost Nixon. Frost Nixon did a thing a lot that bugged the shit out of me, and they do it like twice here, which is the movie shows you all the information that you need, and then they stop and tell you the information just in case you weren't paying attention, or you were out getting a sandwich. So, for example, Niki Lauda, this is not a spoiler because it really happened, gets into an accident and is in the hospital and recuperating, and it's a horrible process of just awful 1970s medical things. And the whole time he is watching James Hunt on TV winning all these races, and you can tell it's making him determined. He speeds up the process, even though it's painful, it's terrible. But watching that guy on TV, he's like, I'm going to get back in there. And then he gets back on the track, and he tells James Hunt, I saw you on TV, and it drove me to blah 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 blah. It's like we know that.
We had this exact conversation.
Yeah. And here's why I was okay with that, because he does it in the context of James Hunt being who James Hunt was, which was I drive fast and I play hard, right? And so he's not training, he's not working on his car in the off season. He's taking private jets with incredibly hot girls so he can meet more incredibly hot girls,
And
right?
Niki Lauda is very does the numbers and intricate and knows how the cars work and the
And
total
they
opposite.
come across each other at the airport, where Niki Lauda has also learned to fly because it's good discipline.
Oh, no, that's the end of the movie. I'm talking about the other.
Right,
but that's the other scene.
That's the other scene.
The other scene where
he tells him then, and I thought in that context he would tell him then, because of course James Hunt doesn't know that Niki Lauda motivated him. That James Hunt doesn't know that Hunt motivated Lauda to get better, and he doesn't want Hunt to lose his edge, because that keeps him with his edge competing against him. So in that context, it made sense.
That scene maybe is forgivable. But the other one at the racetrack where he tells him, I watched you on TV when I was in the hospital, and that's what drove. It's like, yes, we spent the last 10 minutes watching that happen. You don't have to then tell us that.
That's the thing I was talking about that I didn't think happened much, which is a big sports movie thing, which is like, in a football movie where they're like, this is the big game, it matters most of anybody, and then we have to have the coach say, this is the big game, like, we got it.
There's blessedly little of that. And
but that's what makes it a Ron Howard movie.
Exactly.
Because it doesn't really feel like one for a long, long time. It's a rare Ron Howard action movie.
Yeah.
But in that scene where they're like, I needed you, like that's the sentimentality of that becomes a Ron Howard movie.
Right.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. I mean, and Ron Howard, let's not forget, his first film was Grand Theft Auto. So, this is going back to his roots.
The Formula One stuff was really cool. A couple of crashes. I mean, I was sitting next to you in the movie. There were a couple of moments where and I did too, but I was watching you, or I mean, you were, where you really move back.
Yeah,
it's really
quite horrifying.
Yeah,
I mean, there's
really
there's nothing between the drivers and like the metal and the fire and the
All the POV cam stuff from inside the car is really cool, but also the stuff once Niki Lauda does have his terrible accident. Oh my God, I could not look at the burn issues on his face, and when he puts the helmet over his head again.
God, that hurts so much.
Like you feel it for him.
Yeah, Daniel Brühl is amazing in this.
He's great.
He's probably best known for Inglourious Basterds. He takes a character who is aggressively unlikable. Like almost everyone in the film calls him an asshole at some point in the movie.
Rat face.
Or is it right? Because he has an overbite. But you understand what makes him tick, and you sympathize with him. So he doesn't. It would be very easy for an actor playing that character to disappear in the shadow of the guy playing the super sexy, charismatic James Hunt. But they both register as really interesting characters.
Because Lauda is clearly smart and decent to his core and consistent, and that's what makes him interesting beyond just being a persnickety little dick.
He's outstanding,
or whatever.
but as good looking as he is, so is Chris Hemsworth.
Absolutely.
He's outstanding, really great. I give it an 8. I liked it.
What did I give it?
We have an 8. We didn't
do numbers yet. No. Okay. I like 8.
8. 8 it is. It's really, really worth seeing. It's thrilling, whether you care about Formula One or know anything about it or not.